Did you know the key to vibrant health and sustainable living is closer than you think? Welcome to the Nassau Health Food Store Organic Living Podcast, your weekly guide to Amelia Island's best-kept organic living secret. Brought to you by Nassau Health Food Store by Steve Adams. This podcast is here to help you discover farm-fresh produce, holistic wellness tips, and practical ways to live a healthier, more natural life. All right, here on beautiful Amelia Island, whether you're a longtime local or new to the island, we are here to inspire you to embrace organic living. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of Amelia Island's Organic Living Secrets. And if you're ready to experience the organic difference, visit us at Nassau Health Food Store in Amelia Island. Your body and the planet will thank you.
Traditional medicine is episodic. You go, you get diagnosed, you get prescribed. What you're talking about, because it's similar to what we do in a sense, and that is someone has got to think about their health rather than an episode going and visiting the doctor. They're entering into an organized process.
Yeah.
And if they trust the process, it works every single time.
Yes.
Because I tell people, you're not going to believe this, but we have 100% success rate when people show up.
Yeah.
I said, that's the key phrase though. You got to show up, because if you do, it will work. Just like a plane, every time it gets sufficient thrust down a runway, aerodynamics kick in, it lifts the wing off the ground, plane takes off. It's the same concept.
So what's interesting about that, the reason that the Western medical system is destined to fail has nothing to do with the doctors, has nothing to do with the meds, has nothing to do with any of these things. It is how they problem solve. So there's a book, if you can bore it, if you can get through it, it's got great information, but it's boring.
Yeah.
It's called The Problem with Induction. Okay. And Western medicine tries to solve the problem of the body through inductive reasoning.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Someone comes in, they say they don't feel well. And so the doctor looks and says, okay, you have high blood pressure. Okay. And so we're going to give you a diagnosis of high blood pressure. That's probably why you don't feel well. And then we're going to give you lisinopril. Okay. So what is inductive reasoning? It is creating a theory and applying that theory and then waiting to see if it's true. Okay.
Yep.
So then what happens is they wait 3 months. Oh, my blood pressure's down, but then I have this issue and I have this issue and I have this issue. So people are trained because of the Western medical system to do inductive thinking when it comes to their body. What one thing can I take for the symptom that I have? That's inductive thought process. Solve problems inductively in life. It's a fundamental flaw. Now, for acute, Steve, this is where it gets different. If you are in the emergency room and you have a very short period of time, you do have to switch to inductive reasoning. If someone comes in and they're dying and there's a bullet wound, I'm going to assume it's the bullet wound, get the bullet out. So don't come to me for a gunshot wound.
Yeah.
However, when we try to solve a complex system, we have to take a deductive approach, which is creating a theory of certain variables, applying all variables in a system and working towards the solution to test the theory. So like in this case, if the person comes in and says, I don't feel well, we identify high blood pressure. What are we going to do? We're going to go, what are all the roots to why people aren't feeling well? We're going to look at your nutrient intake. We're going to look at your stress levels. We're going to look at what supplements you're taking. What is your lifestyle like? Or are you active? Maybe if you're a little forward thinking, we're going to look at your genetics. We'll look at other things that can make you feel bad in your blood work. And then we're going to put all those variables together and we're going to test them together in a process. So multiple variables work together in a process moving forward. That is deductive reasoning.
That's exactly what you do and what I do. Yeah.
So Steve, that is the one difference. If people really wanted to know the difference, they may not understand those terms, which is the problem. But the reason we solve problems is because of how we reason.
Yeah.
And if you've never been taught to think that way, then you have to be coached to think that way. And that's why people have a hard time when they go, hey, I don't want to take this med, but then I go over here and you're hitting me with all these things. And if I feel overwhelmed and I don't want to do it, because they don't understand. They want something different, but they don't know what that means.
Yeah, Vince, that's the best explanation I've ever heard about why somebody should engage in proactive lifestyle medicine versus traditional.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, no, I've been doing this 7 years. That's the best because the reason I say that is I think because I've spoke to over 1,000 people myself in the process of bringing them in, and they need to understand why they're doing medicine this way. And when they don't, that's when they don't have the success because they're just not following it because they've been conditioned in the inductive method as well.
Yes. That's why we have to bring them to light. And that's almost through information and relationship.
Right.
Because I can hear all kinds of information. If I don't have a relationship with you, I've got no reason to care or trust it or apply it.
Yep.
This is why I come back to heart-centered practitioner work. We're understanding that what we're really doing is relationship building so that then when I explain to you why, you're willing to try it even if you don't fully understand it. Because it's one of those things that you don't understand fully until you do it. It would be like trying to understand spirituality without trying it.
Yeah.
Judging it from the outside. This looks a little bit like weird. Yeah, I get that. Try it. You might come up with a different answer, but you got to willing to have trust and, again, affinity and relationship. And that's why I believe if doctors were willing to let coaches take the front lines and then they just support them, because doctors can't make all these relationships. They can only be so many places at one time. That's why I believe the future, the only way we're going to reach every American in the world and every person in the world is through the computer, through the phone, right? Through a relationship that's not automated like AI, building that relationship. And that's why anyone, anywhere in the world, I can grab a hold of them and I can change their life. And I've got an amazing medical team that is willing to treat me like an equal because I am not a licensed practitioner, although I do train them.
Yeah. But
they're willing to work with me because sometimes we do need a medication or a peptide or a hormone. Right. And I'll bring it to them and say, hey, let's get them in as a patient now because I've been working with them to get onboarded. And here's the things that I'm seeing. Here's my recommendation, but you have to make final decision and you're the ones that are prescribing and ultimately that's your world, but I'm working with them every day. So if I'm educated enough, which is why we teach the coaches to be mini practitioners, I should be able to tell you what's going on the front lines so that you better what to do. And then I'm watching them, making sure they take it, making sure they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing. And then eventually when it's time to walk them off, send them back in there.
Right.
And but doctors have to be humble. They have to be willing to be like, you know what? And they don't want to take all the customer service questions. They don't want to deal with all that stuff.
So it's going to be a doctor.
You're gonna, yeah. So anyways, that's what I'm fighting for. That's what Vital Coaching is. It is concierge medicine primarily delivered by a coach. It's the future that I'm fighting for. We all have to come together to fight for this because if the people that are capable don't, then the masses are never going to understand what different means and how to find it. And then be guided to liberation. Kind of, I like to go back to Plato's Republic, the allegory in the cave, if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, how people have to be brought to light and they have to be guided. They have to be handheld.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So how do people find you, Vince?
They can check me out if they're interested in more just learning about functional medicine and also weight loss. And we love to do both. We like to tease people with, they can look absolutely ripped and feel absolutely amazing. So we look a little fitnessy, but we're hardcore. 80% of us is functional medicine.
Yep.
But so we blended them because people more likely to do what you want them to do if they can get what they want, and then they'll do the healthy thing. It's I'll get rid of my diabetes if it gives me a 6-pack. Sure, let's do that.
Yeah, like crazy. I know.
But they can check out. I do a lot of education, Metabolic Mentor YouTube. I also have my Instagram, which is Vince_Pitstick. That is pit and stick, like an Australian deodorant. You can't mess that up. And then we also have, you can go to my university, Metabolic Mentor University. We have amazing advisors. We've got courses that people can learn how to master their own health, or they can go learn how to master other people's health. And our mission is 1 in 100. We want to make one coach or functional practitioner for every 100 people in the United States, just like there are nurses in the United States, and really try to make a movement. And that's what we're working on.
Vince, man, thank you for joining our summit. Super valuable information. And all of that information he just shared will be in the show notes for everyone. And Vince, thanks you for appearing on
Can
the
I
show.
leave them with one message when they watch this?
Absolutely. Go for it.
It is. I know many of you are probably afraid to take the next step in your career. You're probably afraid to risk financially. You're probably afraid. And I would just ask you that as a calling, Jesus was a healer. And I would just say to everybody, I hope you are being called to tend your flock, that it is your responsibility and your duty to get out there, spread seed and multiply, and that use that as your strength, because we need you. It's not a matter of your comfortability. We need you on the front lines. There's not enough of us. I don't need all the money for me. We need everybody doing their part, because it's not going to come from the top down. It's not going to come from the brass. The government's not going to bail us out. This is going to come from individuals, helping individuals, collaborating together, creating our own society and communities that then can bring people in and change lives. To every little hidden hero out there, I'm calling you out. We need you on the front lines. You feel it, you know it. Stop being afraid. Take that massive action. Step in, find your flock, and tend them.
Man, I'm not going to say anything more. That was a great closing message.
Thank you.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk to you about something important. Have you ever stood in the grocery aisle overwhelmed by choices, wondering which products are truly good for you and the planet? In today's world, it's becoming increasingly difficult to find food that's not only nutritious, but also ethically sourced and environmentally friendly. Many of us want to make healthier choices, but the sheer amount of conflicting information out there can be paralyzing. Every day you delay making the switch to organic, you're potentially exposing yourself and your loved ones to harmful pesticides and GMOs. Not to mention you're missing out on the superior taste and nutritional benefits of organic produce. The longer we collectively hesitate, the more damage is done to our health and our planet. That place is Nassau Health Food Store. We've done the hard work for you, curating the best organic and natural products so you don't have to second-guess your choices. From farm fresh produce to pantry staples, from supplements to natural beauty products, we've got everything you need to live your healthiest, most natural life. Visit us today and experience the peace of mind that comes with shopping at Nassau Health Food Store at Amelia Island. Your body, your taste buds, and the planet will thank you. We're located at 833 TJ Corson Road, Fernandina Beach, Florida 32034, United States. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Can't make it to the store? Check out our online shop at www.nassauhealthfood.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Nassau Health Food Store podcast. Until next time, eat well, live naturally, and stay healthy.